All right, so it's finally here. I got one of the Beeple artworks here. So this is actually the physical token. I do own the digital token as well.
It was very exciting to discover him. I felt like it was a native internet artist. It kind of was the art of, this age. That's kind of the world we are living today.
I learned of NFTs in October of 2020. My fans kept coming up to me, emailing me and messaging me, you should check out this NFT thing. You should check out this NFT thing. I thought it was some weird crypto thing, and it was like, I don't think this is like for me. I don't know what this is. And then one day I went on Super Rare and I looked at the top selling people, and it was like, oh, these are names I know. And they're selling JPEGs that I didn't think had any value for tens of thousands of dollars. And I thought, well, I have more following than all of these people, so if they could do that, I think I could do this.
Digital artwork by a relatively unknown American artist known as Beeple has sold at Christie's for nearly $70 million.
Wow, this thing is legit. It's got some weight to it. Well, they were originally, I think, $969. And I plan on holding this forever, I guess, until this is about a couple $1 million each. So look at that. Wow. This is like I literally don't want to even turn this thing on. So the most important thing about art is to work. Nothing else matters except sitting down every day and trying. That's a Steven Pressfield quote. That's the hair sample right there. Yeah, I don't know. Do I should open this? I mean, or do I turn it on? Like, I'm so afraid to do that. It's signed here in the back, number 26 of 271. USB-C port, looks like. All right, we're plugging it in. Easy. And there it is. You can scan the QR code, takes you to the digital token online. Look at it close up if you want. Check it out on the blockchain. Do you think this was a waste of money or what?
These works of art exist in the digital world, and now they're worth.
At this point, you've probably heard about
NFTs, digital tokens that prove ownership of things like digital art that you can't even touch. NFT stands for non-fungible token, essentially a digital signature backed by blockchain technology that proves ownership. It's possible to buy a token that represents art in the physical world, but NFTs also back digital assets like an image or even a tweet.
Sort of forming a brand new market that never really existed, but NFTs go far beyond that. So things like event tickets, game items, domain names all could potentially be turned into NFTs.
Anything you want. An artist can make an NFT and put in the contract that if you buy this piece of art, it allows you to have dinner with me. This is a game-changing technology because of the contract underneath the collectible. I'm gonna give you the prediction right now. Greed will take over. Everybody will put out NFTs. People will buy, trade, sell, steal, rip off, try to trick you and do the wallet. There'll be so much happening. Some people will make fast money. It will collapse. There is an absolute guaranteed NFT winter coming. And what's gonna happen? I'm going to be buying NFTs during that time, building NFTs, because I know behind it is exactly what happened with the internet. And this happened with personal computers. Apple had these moments in the early 80s. This is what always happens with the biggest technologies.
The more there are, the cheaper that is. Is that what's going on?
I'll kind of let the analysts say if the market is saturated or not. I think there's something more complex going on here about the old proverbial hype cycle. And we are now deeply and firmly planted in the so-called trough of disillusion. The fact of the matter is that people aren't buying these. When they are buying them, they're buying them for a lot less. And there is skepticism rampant outside of the NFT community. Inside the NFT community, it feels a little surreal. They're buying and selling NFTs with each other, creating actual products. They're licensing them to make TV shows, open restaurants. They're going to parties that you can't get in without NFTs. And they seem to be having a lot of fun.
We're comparing the current situation to $1 Bitcoin. That would suggest that there's upside from here? Are you starting to see signs of that?
First, I do think it's worth noting that NFTs are just a couple of years old. The oldest NFTs, I think, were like 2017. It feels a lot to me as somebody that wrote my first Bitcoin article in 2011, like what people were saying about Bitcoin in
Back when you could buy a
2011.
burger with a Bitcoin?
Yeah, when you could buy a pizza for what amounts to $5 million worth of Bitcoins today. Yeah, a lot of people lost a lot of money that were buying Bitcoin in those early days. A lot of people made a lot of money that were buying Bitcoin in those early days. But I think that it's safe to say now that Bitcoin is kind of safely floating at around $20,000 that the question of whether or not it's a scam or not seems to be answering itself. I personally would not be looking to NFT JPEG. Like, sure, whatever, like they're going to exist. Some of those first generation NFTs are probably going to have some historic value. There's going to be some amazing innovation built on the back of these technologies that let people do stuff that they never really thought of before, like NFT as a membership card, as a driver's license, that sort of a thing.
Taylor Swift concert ticket?
NFT as a concert ticket, NFT as an album. I think we should kind of like try and divorce our thinking from images.
So
right?
the art world is just one use case,
Yeah.
and that's where we've seen the greatest amount of perhaps disillusionment.